Hi YouTube, hope you're all doing well. Today I want to show you a detailed positioning guide on the map Central Park. I will go through each stage of the game on both attack and defense and tell you how I usually play and which positions work best with a few tips here and there. After, I will show you one game played on this map also. I hope you enjoyed the video. So when the game is about to start, I always love waiting here. Enemies do not see me here, but I see all of them coming out of spawn. With this, I can already see and tell my team what they are playing and what to expect. Are they gonna hard dive on us? Are they gonna flank here? What are they doing? And if they are trying to flank from this, some enemies try to flank from here and jump with their mobility spells all the way over here. And since you're invisible, you can even try to sneaky get a push off here if it is allowed. So when they try to be sneaky and get over here, you are prepared. So always pay attention and wait here and see what they are doing. Just so you're aware, in general, this first point here is really bad for Invisible Woman. And there are multiple reasons for that. So the best way to play on this position, or like this first point, is when enemies are still not like across this bridge here, is you are just on the point. You play behind your tanks, take this fire here as cover and just play from here. And also observe where your other support is playing from. You could have a Loki or a Cloak and Dagger that's playing from up there, or if you have a Luna or something, they might be playing from here. So just be aware where your other support is and play from here. The reason why you don't want to be on safer positions, like here for example, is you have a way harder time aiming at your allies, and also this thing here is blocking a lot of your vision, and you are never gonna hit multiple allies or enemies at the same time. So this is a really bad position to be in. The same is back here. You will not even reach the bridge from here. While this position in general is a lot more safe than down here, you just don't reach. You don't have enough range for it. So this is really bad. Also, the position up here is super bad because, again, you can only hit your allies here but not enemies. While it is sometimes more safe than on the point, again, you get way less value out of your left clicks, and if you're unlucky, enemies try to flank from here. And you also don't want to be like up here, because we all know high ground is really bad for INVIS. So the only good position really is playing on point here. But once enemies are actually attacking the point, diving in, or they are on point, you just want to be with your other support. Be that you jump to them here. This is the most common spot where your other support is playing from, and here you can just shoot and heal your tanks while keeping yourself alive and the other support. If needed, you can just reposition quickly to the other side and then play from here for a little bit. And if they try to get into this small room, you can just use your shift to block the entrance, same on the other side, and just keep pushing them out and keep your allies alive. And then reposition to the other side again if it's absolutely necessary. And also remember, there's a heal here. So really, if they are on the point or if they're hard diving, these are the only positions really where you can play from. And you have to make sure your other support stays alive and you play with them. Really important. If they try to push onto the point, you can also try to jump over back here, but just be aware, if the map hasn't changed yet, this is like a dead end where you are vulnerable if they actually dive into you here. So if you only want to be really here when your double jump is up and ready. Other than that, like I mentioned before, this is a really bad first point for strategists in general, especially for INVIS. So I hardly ever full hold this with my team, because once they actually push on the point and dive you, you're most likely dead. Just try to make sure you play with your other strategist at all times to keep yourself and also them alive. Once the enemies got the first point and are still at the entrance here and your team decides to hold them here, the best position to be in is just really back here. And also like where you use the map as cover just in case someone is shooting you and you can back off to. The only really important thing to remember on this second spot is you have a heal back here. There's a heal in this room here. And also if you go up here into this building, there's also one heal here. You just gotta remember that you can heal yourself up here and back off too if you need to and if you get flanked. So in general, just use map cover and play where your other strategist is playing from, behind your team, behind your tanks, heal them and hit enemies at the same time to get as much ult charge as possible. And just be prepared from enemy flankers that could come from this right side, that could come from this high ground here. Enemies can also go all the way back here and then come from behind or even here. So just make sure to listen. And if you hear anything and you see enemies have flank characters, just be aware of these flank positions. But yeah, just play from these areas here. Once they get a bit closer, you can use this as cover and play from here again. You should probably avoid this right side because enemies can flank from this position since their spawn is all the way back there. So really just stay on this left side. It's the best way to play from. This high ground is a little bit safer than low ground if they get closer. But again, it's not the best position to be in because you need to be more precise with your aiming, which is not always the easiest thing. And you also have a hard time shooting the same allies and enemies at the same time, which is okay here, but still you have to be way more precise with the aiming, which makes it a little bit harder. So I'm rarely up on this high ground here, unless like at least 2 of my allies play from here. Enemies can try to come from below here, and here's a fantastic boop spot if they actually try to flank and you're stealthed and waiting up here. So just remember that, you can boop them off here. And once they get closer with the payload around these areas, really where you want to be playing from is from up here. Because it goes down here, which makes it very, very easy for you to heal and damage at the same time. What you gotta be careful of is enemies flanking from this left side here. Because this is open. And this is where enemies can flank from. Even from this building here, just be careful and be aware of that. Sometimes they try to come from this area as well. So just make sure to listen to enemy footsteps, sounds, and whatever. But this area is usually the best to play from. With your other support, you have your shield. And if they try to go onto you, can always back down or like back off into these areas. There's a heal here, there's a heal in here. Can back off into this room. This happens so many times. You have to back off into this room with 1 of my or 2 of my teammates with my other strategists until the team recovers if one of them died and you need to regroup and take the retake the point. So the closer this gets here, the more you want to be in these areas here and play from here. Depending on where your team is really playing from, you can also choose this right side to play from, but just be aware enemies surprising you from this flank spot here. So you can always use your shift to cut them off here and keep your team alive. But it is very, very likely that they are gonna push you in here if you play from this spot. So not the best spot to play from. I prefer the one on the left here, but it is a thing you can do. But just be aware, you are a bit more vulnerable here. Once enemies capture the second point and your team tries to hold them here, where you really want to play from is just behind your team, again with your other strategist. You don't want to be like up here. As long as your team holds them here, you just gotta be careful of enemies trying to flank from this position, which you always can use your shift for when they try to come here. And you just use, again, the map as cover and play with your other strategists behind your tanks. Once they get closer with the payload below the stairs or on the stairs, this is really where the funniest part for INVIS starts. Because here is an area where you can boop people into. So what I like doing is, as long as the card is down here, I will play from up here and just shoot on the top of the stairs downwards to hit allies and enemies at the same time. But as soon as enemies are trying to be more aggressive and push up, what I love doing is, while I'm stealthed, I like walking up these stairs and just wait up here until they walk up the stairs. Because as soon as they're like around this area here, where I'm hovering over with my crosshair, once they're here, this is the perfect spot for you to boop them inside or like down here. What you gotta be careful of is when there's a character like Magneto who can float slowly down, when you boop them in, they can most likely just go onto this ledge here while falling down slowly and they don't die. But characters like, let's say, Emma, Luna, Mantis, even Strange without his shift, sometimes Magneto, like all of them, you can easily boop, or especially like Root. You can boop down here so many times. They do not see you, especially if you stand still, they will not hear you. So this is my favorite spot on this entire map. And once they try to go up here, you just wait for the perfect opportunity and then you boop them in. It's the best feeling, especially once you get them, trust me. while you're up here as well, if your team really needs healing and gets damaged, you can take cover from here. The enemies will not see you from up here, and you can still place your shield onto them and shoot a little bit. Enemies don't really pay attention to the INVIS left click projectile, so usually you should be safe from enemies spotting you as long as you're staying behind the cover here. And once they try to push up and you notice that, then this is the moment where you go up here and then push them in. And once they get closer with the payload here, you just again play behind these pillars here, really take cover, and basically just play with your other strategists behind your tanks, shoot, hit allies and enemies at the same time. And once they get closer with the payload or actually try to flank you, you just jump up here and play from up here. Here it is not too hard to hit your allies and enemies, so this spot is not the worst to play from. If they try to shoot you all the time, you have this cover here where you can back off to and heal yourself up with your other strategist, and you can reposition to the other side as well and then play from here. So really this spot up here, once they're really close with the payload all the way up here, is where you want to play from. You can also play behind this pillar and shoot from here. Just be aware, enemies can go up these stairs, but you can use your shift to cut them off and boop them away. Same here, if they walk up to you, you can always boop them off with your ability, or even use your third melee strike and boop them away. So basically, just use this big pillar or this thing here as cover and play from up here once they are close with the payload. And once they dive onto you, what you can always do is you either back off with your double jump into this direction, or what you can also do is jump up here. Enemies usually do not expect you to be on areas like here. So while you're up here, you can observe while regenerating some life, wait for your cooldowns and see what enemies are doing. And you can see and wait who you need to save from. If while you're waiting up here and they go towards your other healer, since they do not see you, they will give your other support their full attention. So this is done when you shield them and heal them up and keep them alive. Because 90% of the time, you can out-heal their damage as INVIS, especially with your shield up. And once they go onto you, you most likely have your double jump up again. Then you can just back off to again with your jump and wait and see what they're about to do. And otherwise, keep track of your people that are contesting the payload if they need healing as well, obviously. But biggest priority, your other support, make sure they are safe, but also keep yourself alive. On attack, as always, where you want to be most of the time is just really be behind your tanks and with your other strategist at all times. Once this door opens on the map and the game is about to start, if you start on attack and you don't know what the enemies are playing or what to expect, you just really gotta be aware of where enemies could be flanking from if they have like one-shot characters. So once you go like under this, all the way up here, sometimes enemies are lurking on this roof up here. They can go up here and just wait and see. And since you usually don't turn around here, just be aware while you're invisible, you can quickly check is there an enemy lurking up here or not. Sometimes they're also lurking in this house here, or like in this room in here, which you can check if you use your shift up there. And other than that, they just really play from up here or like under the bridge behind here. But up here and up there is really the only two places where I've seen enemies flank from. And now for attack, you really just want to be next to your other support, heal your tanks up. Whenever you see an opportunity to pull enemies off high ground, make sure to do that. All like up here or up here, can always do that. And here you can just shoot and heal your allies and hit enemies at the same time. Get your ult charge as quickly as possible. Enemy low-keys are very common on this map, and they will play from all the way back there, which you can always use your shift for to deal damage to the clones, to put them together so your team can last hit them, can easily set that up. Can also use your shift to make sure there are strategists that are playing from this position most of the time, have to back into the room, and then they have like 2 or 3 seconds where they cannot heal their team, which is really useful. So while your team is like here under the bridge, you just stay back here. You can go to the left here and then shoot from here. If you get to low HP, you go to other support, place on your shield, heal yourself up. And once your team is trying to push onto the point, where you really want to be is just slightly behind or under this bridge. So as long as you have not killed like 3 or 4 enemies, so it is safe to go onto the point, you just want to be back here below this bridge, because you have an easy heal access here, and you always have to, you can play behind your shield with your other strategist here, Heal your allies that are on the point while hitting enemies. If there's people on high ground, you can always pull them off. Same back here. And if enemies are playing from back here, you can always use your shift. Same with back here or even in this room here. And once you kill 3 or 4 enemies, you can stay on the point and play with your team together. And if they actually try to recontest, if there's someone trying to touch the point and they're trying to TP, you can hold your E up, your push, because they will always come from this location here. So you can just prepare your push. If they try to touch and you know and you hear they're coming, you can just try to delay them and maybe get the last tick when they try to touch last second, and then you capture the point. Once you capture the first point, as always for these payload maps, where you want to be is, if your tanks are on the payload because enemies are contesting, you want to be a little bit behind it, use the map as cover and play with your other strategist. While your tanks and your team is pushing up, either you or your other strategist will stay on the payload and play from there, so you can push the payload faster. Like, can heal your team from the payload, or if you push up with them, you can stay behind them and your other strategist will stay on the payload to push faster. So there's not really any crazy positioning that you have to consider on this second point, really. You either stay next to your payload and play behind there, or you use the map as cover and play from here next to these heals all the time. If you go forward, you can play from here, from this area, heal your team if they're trying to be aggressive. So nothing really crazy where you have to be. Just stick to your other strategist or behind the payload. This is really where you want to play from. All the way until the end, you can stay below this bridge and play from here, because you have a little bit of cover from enemies that are trying to recontest from all the way there, but you can still heal your team from down here while you're a little bit safe. Once the payload is really at the end, you can just stay around this area. You can have this as cover. Just be aware of enemies playing from here, but usually you are safe from this, but always make sure to stick to your other support. Once you capture this second point, this is where I always go onto the mission. This is the funniest part. So once the second point is captured, I do not care about anything. I go for a clip. So I will go all the way here. While my team is still on the second point, I don't care. This is where, like, this is sometimes a throw, but I don't care. This is always for the fun. I will go all the way back here while I'm stealthed. And go up the stairs here. And once enemies try to, like, I will stand still here. Enemies will not hear me. Once they get back from the spawn, they will obviously, like, try to recontest down here, since we have just captured the point. And they will go down here. And while they go down here, depending on what they have, if they have a Groot, or if there's a Luna, or a Mantis, or anything with 0 mobility spells going down the stairs, this is what I'm waiting for. Then I will push them in once they go down here, once I see the opportunity, and then instantly dash, double jump back down here and go back to my team. A lot of times when I do that, I either die or I don't get a boob. Sometimes you get one, but this is not a consistent thing. This is just something that I love doing for the fun of it. So you don't have to do it, but it's just really fun if you do it and you get it. It's a nice feeling. Other than that, as always, you just want to be behind the payload with your other strategists, play from these areas. Once the payload is really up there, this spot below the stairs is really the best place to play from, because you have an easy time hitting everything here that you wanna hit, but you're also very safe from enemies that are playing all the way back there from shooting you, because the stairs here give you cover, but you have an easy time healing your allies. Once the payload gets closer to the last point, you can really use this all as a cover, the map, and shoot from here. Once enemies are on high ground, you can just use a shift to get them away, or you can pull them inside your team and put them into an awkward position. Just be aware, enemies like flanking from this left side here. Rarely from this right side here as well. Just be aware. Usually it's the left side, so mostly pay attention for that. And once you are at the last spot, if you need like a few more meters for capturing the point, you can just use this pillar and shoot from here. If enemies get closer, you can either pull their squishes inside and kill them, or if there's just one enemy trying to contest, really, you can be on the payload, hold your E, and if they try to contest, you can push them away and make them C9 and win the game off of that. If you have learned anything so far, please remember to subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Now, enjoy the gameplay.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Dracula is strong, but Hulk is the strongest there is.
That's much better. I like the cold.
I was fine.
Clapping.
They can no lamp.
They have a Venom.
My, that's invisible?
I think it's Andrew.
Healing would be helpful.
Thanks so much.
Come on.
I suck. Psionic burst.
No smashing us now. I need to push him away when he right clicks us if I don't have my shield ready.
Amazing.
Venom's gonna die on us.
Silent up right, silent up right.
Let's go, 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 guys, go!
I'm low, I'm low.
Damn.
I got you. Disappear!
Silent low, sorry. I'm on.
Oh, oh! I saw 20 HP on my screen. Holy fuck!
Tack, tack,
Ah, we
tack,
didn't need
tack,
that,
tack.
but that's okay.
My bad, my bad, my bad. That's me not playing support, bro.
No lamp.
Don't worry.
I am ready to put on a show.
Nice, we got it. You know, one might argue that ult that I did was necessary. And I to some degree, I agree. I think my ult was a bit too much. I don't think it was the worst, but I don't think it was necessary.
Emma left side low.
Psionic burst.
Let's go.
I don't want to be a taunted.
I like the cold.
Emma no form.
The only VOD review, INVIS? I mean, it's the one I can VOD review well.
He went to hell and
I can do Luna as well if people want me to, but I think I can tell you the most out of an INVIS game. Because she's like my main. And I have so many hours on her.
I was fine, but thank you.
But I'm definitely trying my best to improve on other supports as well. Especially Ultron, I want to get really good at. So I can teach you guys as early as I can how to play him effectively. I want to get good at every support in the game.
I am ready to put on a show.
I'm so sorry. I tried. I just got my ult here.
Don't worry. I think we can win though. Yeah, we can win, we can win. Never mind. Oh,
Just tack, tack, tack.
Don't worry, man. I'm fine.
number one INVIS for a reason. Yes, yes.
Silent up right.
Free on point, if we can. Free on point.
Yeah, I'm on.
Silent peek me for God.
Okay, I'll go on the mission real quick. I want you to stay on the card.
Content farm. The content farm starts now. The YouTube video starts now.
Step aside.
I can't see none of you
Can I
guys,
get some
okay?
healing?
I can't see.
Thank you.
No clap, no clap, no clap, no clap.
Here we go.
I might have to ult this if we take too much damage.
Magneto is hard to push off because he has this floating ability. He floats.
Clear, I'm still needed here.
So he doesn't fall down as quickly as others.
I'm ulting ult. The payload block.
I'm always trying it once. If it doesn't work, then I'll just leave it.
No need to keep that clap. Look at the tanks, look at the tanks.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, you launch.
I did, okay.
Big. Magneto, silent, silent, left side.
I kill it.
Silent,
Luna, guys, go, go, go,
Oh,
go, go.
I was fine.
Oh, wait, thanks, guys. Like,
Used a
stop.
mind like yours, please.
Andrew click heads, bro.
Fucking no.
Feel the pull. Clear the way. A nice deep freeze.
Your powers are mine!
I'm ready to put on a show. Clearly, you need
Nice.
Kill it.
You might want to look over here.
Nice.
Stay strong. This curse
must be broken. I am ready to put on a show.
Help up, behind.
I have a shield.
Look at Emma, quick sending.
Clear the way.
I was fine.
Invisible?
Snapping in 4. Snapping in 3, 2, 1.
A nice deep freeze.
problem solved!
Force burst. Psionic Got you covered.
Healing would be helpful.
Oh my god.
Do my best to carry on. Dracula's castle is my next tour stop.
Oh, I have ult.
Nice.
Let's go.
That fucking free.
Big round.
One little troll when I tried to boop, but yeah, as said, like Magneto is really hard to boop on this spot. Because if he just floats down, he can easily make it out. It's very hard to kill Magneto there with the boop. I'm also looking for a new chair once I get out of my dorm.
1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
They're Thing and Mantis.
They are going for the risk count.
But a vampire
Think
curse sure
Mantis?
can change things.
We're not even running like they're running the pseudo guy.
I think they don't want to get pushed anymore.
I'm up with that here.
You good. You have got it.
Just the way I like it. That's better.
Why is Andrew on DPS? Andrew on DPS.
Thing.
Wait, what? Andrew? Oh,
Andrew is on
practice
DPS.
Starlord. Yeah, I've seen him practice Starlord a couple times. Clapping.
I got my ult, guys.
I'm clapping.
Destroyed.
Break him, sorry. Yeah, we're chill. Get this out. Emma?
Undefeatable! Healing
I was spamming Q so much it came out as damage. What the fuck? 4, 3, 2, 1. Clapping.
Ping one.
Clear the way.
No crap, just wait 10 seconds.
Emma low.
Thing on point.
Frozen.
Oh, I'm dead. Breaking.
I'm
gonna go.
Clapping.
Much better. I was worried.
Coming to Starlord troll. I'm dead though. TP? Starlord can TP. Yeah, Starlord TP. TP.
Adam's behind, by the way.
Very winnable.
A nice deep freeze.
Oh my god, whoa. Oh!
I don't see you anymore.
Here they come now. I got your back.
Thing on point.
M1. Oh my god, she's got one. Yeah, nice. I'm on point. I can on point. Do I need it?
They all dead.
Patience, dear.
Nice.
Holy!
Back here, oh my god.
These 2 heroes.
Almost got my ult again.
Bro, you're popping off this game. Holy fuck, bro.
I'm locked in.
Oh, we're triple tank as well.
I need help.
Undefeatable!
You're good.
Thing on point alone.
3, 2, 1.
Only 60 seconds left.
Diamond form chasing me. Nothing back.
I was on the brink.
Saying in with you.
Thank you.
Why did I see you?
Clear the way.
I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. I died in half a second. Heal me. What? Bro, I died in literally half a second. What the fuck is that?
Down to 30 seconds.
Yeah, I turned around for half a second and you got destroyed, man.
And I died.
This is real!
Destroy. Top left, top right.
Can't jump up.
Oh no.
Big frozen. Hiding in the mic.
Let's hide.
The final 10 seconds.
Oh, sorry. I'm dead.
Oh my god, bro. This old so good.
Oh, yeah, that was too much.
Good hold. Overtime hold. That was good.
You'll have to keep
Yeah, that was so nice.
We have a winner.
This is gonna be the hardest point. They only have 2 minutes for it.
A little help, please.
I needed that.
You need to stop that vehicle.
Can I get shield while oh no, I'm good.
Yes, you can.
Sling no that.
Vortex field.
Sling frozen. Bring him back.
A
Clapping.
nice deep freeze. Got you covered.
Damn.
Which thing's the one? They
They
use
use every ult.
Yeah, that was very good teamwork. That was a very nice hold.
The card's not even pushing. There's no
Yeah,
one.
they have one on it.
I won't
Nothing.
disappear so easily.
The first point is not even that great for
I'm gonna
Invis,
save it
but
for-
oh boy.
I'm not gonna mirror support ults unless we need
I'm
to.
gonna
We
walk
can always
left.
break it.
I heard
Emma,
Herb
something,
stealth,
Emma,
so when I hear Psylocke is going stealth nearby, I'm just throwing in my shift to see if she tries to get behind us.
Think, think.
That was the purpose of my shift right there.
No worries.
Nice, nice.
They have no lamp.
Clear the way.
Some uninvited guests.
Kayjii's AFK.
Emma 1.
As cold-hearted as the name suggests, Frost.
Maybe it got flamed by his DPS because he's the support.
Oh, I think he's getting flamed because he's on Mantis. Maybe because of Mantis.
He stopped them in their tracks. Only 60 seconds left.
Full power.
I don't think he's like...
I needed that.
Kayjii's Mantis is one of the best Mantis I've ever seen anyone play.
Careful, side.
So people that flame him for playing Mantis are just coping. Because his Mantis is really good.
Main now.
Psionic burst. There's a 30 seconds.
Sorry, Kayjii! I'm sorry!
Amazing.
The pushing is really bad.
Sorry for the pull.
Don't stand still, don't stand still, don't stand still.
Look who's here.
Bro, there's standing spawners, man.
Always remain locked into the game. The game's
Spider-Man
not
on point.
It's one, bro.
Behind point.
I open.
Yeah, sure.
I want nothing, bro. Send it to me.
Much better.
Count down for me. Oh, I died in your ult.
I died in my own.
Oh, interesting.
What? Bro, I guess it's the best damage from the thing.
Have you played Emma yet? Yeah, every now and then. I really enjoy her.
Winnable. Hold, popping off. I'm gonna clap his all when I get there.
They have no supports right now.
Don't stagger, don't stagger.
No supports.
The cold. I put you on ice. I was on the brink. Clearly you needed
got
some
you.
help. Vortex field. Psionic burst. Disappear.
Free.
Nice.
GG.
Good shit.
Big. I love this game. I got most healing and most assists. 63% accuracy as well. I think I was playing very, very well this game. He got 22! Are you kidding me? He played Luna and got 5 points more than me? Because he had 8 final hits and I got 2? Nah, man.